Welcome to another episode of the Geek Pull Podcast. I'm your host, Jonathan Matlock.
And I'm Dax Matlock.
And we're here today just talking about the latest news in the comic book world. So we've got a few things on the schedule today. And one other cool thing, this is only our 5th episode. Is that right?
Yeah, only number 5.
Yeah. So we've been doing this. This is our 5th recording that we're doing. And, so we're still figuring things out. And, but we did get a review on iTunes, which we thank you.
Oh,
thank you for the reviews. If you are listening to this on iTunes, please review it. It's nice to know that somebody's listening. So we have one listener, or we had one listener, and but we got a review, and I thought I'd read the review, just to say thank you for the first review. And they also gave us 5 stars, which was very flattering since
Ooh,
knew it.
I'm so flattered right now.
Right. No idea if it's somebody related to us, but based on the way it's written, I do not think so. So the reviewer said, though, just listen to the first episode and really liked the discussion, and also that it covered comic stuff and Star Wars. When it comes to movies, I am more of a Marvel guy. DC movies lost me with how they decided to do the Joker and Lex Luthor. Good stuff. Keep at it, and good luck. So anyway, that was nice.
Yeah.
Now I want to talk about how DC is, how they decided to do Joker and Lex Luthor. So I'm assuming Lex Luthor, he's referring to Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor from Batman versus Superman. We've talked about at full length.
That'd be most relevant.
Yeah, I've talked about that. And so, yeah, I can see they did it differently than what we're used to with Lex Luthor in previous movies. But the Joker, he visually looks different. He's got tattoos, but other than the tattoos,
looks pretty standard for the Joker.
He's pretty Jokerish besides the tattoos, and he has no eyebrows, which
that's kind of weird.
I'm not crazy about the no eyebrows thing. I'm curious if there is a backstory to no eyebrows or not. I like the grills on the teeth, even though it's a different look.
It makes sense.
It sets a reality of like, okay, the Joker's been punched in the face. And he's probably been punched in the face by Batman. And if Batman's going to punch you, he's probably going to knock your teeth out with as many times as he's probably been punched by Batman.
It makes sense that he has the grills on his teeth. And then it's cool because aren't they like club, spade, heart, diamond? Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, so he's a modernized, Joker's a gangster, right? So a gangster in this day and age isn't necessarily wearing a zoot suit or a suit and a hat. So this is kind of a modern era gangster Joker. So, but we haven't seen his actual performance yet. We've seen little bits in the trailer, which he looks spooky, creepy in the trailer, and so I think it's still too early to judge Joker. I know a lot of people judged Heath Ledger's Joker when the Christopher Nolan movie came out, not liking the way he was looking, like because he doesn't look like anything in the Joker. So I lost Dax, but Dax is back.
I'm back.
Yeah, so the Heath Ledger Joker looked nothing like the comic book Joker, but now he's like everyone's favorite Joker, right? So
yeah,
I say let's wait till the movie comes out before we start judging the new Joker.
Yeah, I mean, I understand people not liking the tattoos, but like it's kind of cool. The only one I don't like is the one that says damaged on his forehead. I think the Joker is not stupid enough to get a forehead tattoo that says damaged, but
yeah, I think people who even like the tattoos tend to say I like them all except the damaged one, because it's kind of stating the obvious, and it's just like it's in your face.
And the Joker doesn't think he's damaged, so It
Right. It's like, does he? I mean, that's a very self-aware thing to put on your head for the Joker.
yeah. Yeah, but I'm really excited about it cuz he looks like, from the footage we've seen of him in the trailers for Suicide Squad, he looks to be pretty, I mean, very jokery, dark, and scheming as the Heath Ledger. But I mean, every Joker is a different, has their own take on it. And I think I'm really excited about it. I think he looks great. So
yeah, he looks crazy. He looks scary. He looks threatening. Not just a clown. Not just a joker. So it makes sense that he would be up against somebody like Ben Affleck's Batman.
Yeah,
which Ben Affleck's Batman's supposed to be in this movie, so hopefully we'll see some fighting going on.
That'd be pretty exciting.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you for the review. So if you are listening and you're on iTunes, please leave us a review. We'd appreciate that. You can also listen to our podcast on Stitcher, or you can listen to it on our website, geekpull.com. Yeah, we'd love to know you're listening.
Yep.
So some comic book news, some big stuff today. I'll jump into the first one, which is actually kind of a little bit of a sad news, and that's that Darwin Cook's wife put out a statement today. He's actually in late stages of aggressive cancer, and they're basically, I don't know how to pronounce this word, palliative care. Basically, he's in a point where they know that it's not curable. So they're just going to be taking care of him and kind of keep him out of pain as much as possible. So anyway, that's really sad. As a huge fan of Darwin Cook, it's sad to lose a creative mind like that, and know you're not going to see any more of his creations down the road and in the future. Darwin Cook, if you haven't read any of his stuff, he's done The New Frontier, several Batman stories, Catwoman. He's done some, like I just read his Twilight Children. He did the artwork and co-collaborated on that book. I think you're reading, or you just bought the Spirit book, right?
I just bought the Spirit.
Yeah, that's a great story. He's done so many things, and his styling is just so amazing. So it's hard to hear something like that. So anyway, we'll be thinking about Darwin Cook and his family over the next, hopefully, a long time still yet, but it doesn't sound like there's going to be anything to improve upon his situation. It's just making him comfortable at this point. So that was kind of depressing news for the day. Other news is that Supergirl has been picked up for season 2, the TV show. But the TV show used to be on CBS. They are actually, CBS decided, because they're actually in partnership with the CW, they actually decided to move the Supergirl show to the CW. So now it'll be with the Flash and Arrow, and now Supergirl will all be on the same network. So that's kind of interesting.
That's fun.
Don't know if they'll combine those universes, because I know they had a Flash crossover. I didn't actually see the episode, but I know it was kind of like he kind of went into her world as the Flash, because he can cross time and space. But so I don't know if them being on the same networks now will allow them to do more things together, so they'll want to combine or merge their worlds in some way, or if they'll keep them separate. Some concerns related to Supergirl being on CW. I've watched the first 6 or so episodes of Supergirl. Some of the concerns were that they might cut the budget being on the CW, which makes sense. But they've done some really impressive things with the Flash, and I think if they can make the Flash work on the CW, they can certainly make Supergirl work. Sometimes having some of those budget restraints actually makes you think a little more creatively about how you tell stories. So That's what's happening in the TV land. Have you watched any of the Supergirl episodes, Dax?
No, I've been really behind on TV this past year, so
College.
I think I saw the first episode, but other than that,
Yeah,
I haven't been able to keep up.
I was watching them online, and they were good. They were decent. They have Martian Manhunter's on it now, or he was already on it, but I didn't get to the point where he actually revealed himself. So I kind of want to watch it just to see what they're doing with that. So I heard there's some highlight episodes. The episodes I watched were fun, so I'll probably pick it up. Hopefully, if they put it on Netflix.
Oh yeah, if it's on Netflix, I'm bound to watch it.
Yeah. Other rumors. This is a news/rumor thing related to the Justice League film that is currently in production. William Dafoe was announced that he's in the Justice League movie, and was reported that he was going to be playing a good guy. Now the rumor is that he's actually going to be playing an Atlantean in the Justice League film, which is somebody from Atlantis in Aquaman's world. So somebody under the ocean. So they're going to be doing some under the sea scenes. And so some of the rumor is that Zack Snyder's created a new way of doing the underwater shots. Like in Batman versus Superman, he actually had Jason Momoa as Aquaman in a water tank, to which he got a lot of criticism for, that he looked like he was holding his breath. I didn't think so, but a lot of people were saying he looked like he was holding his breath. Anyway, I didn't notice that. The rumor is that the new system has the camera on some kind of like a pole crane, and then the actor on a crane, so it's kind of got a more fluid ocean kind of movement, and then that they would CGI Aquaman's hair, so it would have water flowing movement. So it's going to be really interesting to see. Zack Snyder is great with visuals, so I got a lot of faith in him that it's going to look awesome. Whether it looks too CGI'd or not, I don't know. I kind of want more of a real world feeling aesthetic to the movie. You know, Batman vs Superman was a little borderline too much CGI in some spots.
But at the same time, it'd be hard to shoot Aquaman entirely underwater.
Yeah, under real water. Yeah. No. The Aquaman scene has to be under a CGI environment water. It couldn't be real water. It wouldn't look great at all. That would look.
It'd be hard to act underwater, I bet.
Yeah, it'd look terrible. Yeah, you couldn't talk. You couldn't talk. It'd also be like with little waves of Aquaman's just waves talking to the animals. That'd be terrible.
It'd be pretty rough.
So, but how will this look? I don't know. I mean, it's going to be interesting.
I'm looking forward to it. He always gets a bad rap, and so I'm excited to see him on the big screen and be portrayed really well.
Yeah, last episode we were talking about how it's supposedly going to be a dark movie. The Aquaman movie. Justice League movie is supposed to be lighter than Batman versus Superman. So, also related to Justice League, people are making it sound like the actual villain is Steppenwolf, who is Darkseid's uncle. But that so he may be the main villain, or he may just be a introductory villain. That's my thinking. I don't think we know who the main villain is. A lot of people are suspecting that he's the main villain, which people are upset about, that he would be the main villain. I don't think he's probably the main villain. He's probably just a lead in to Darkseid or something else going on.
Yeah, it probably just helps establish a connection.
I mean, in Batman versus Superman, we had technically 3 villains. You had Lex, Batman, and Doomsday. So I
Yeah,
doubt Steppenwolf's like the only villain.
yeah, I doubt it.
So
Because I don't think they would make it to, like, they wouldn't movie where they put a not as well known villain for the Justice League. I feel like it's got to be someone that's people are more familiar with.
yeah, and they teased. So yeah, one of the theory is with Steppenwolf is that long time ago there was a battle with Darkseid and Apocalypse and all that, and there were 3 mother boxes left on the planet at the time. It's like the Amazons, man, and somebody else, and like something else, I forget what they said, had this big massive battle on Earth with Apocalypse. And not Apocalypse.
Darkseid.
So the idea was that 3 mother boxes were left by Darkseid on planet. So then the idea is that Steppenwolf is going to Earth to find these mother boxes, which makes sense based on that clip that they released that showed Steppenwolf with mother boxes. And we know mother boxes are on the planet because one of the mother boxes helped create Cyborg that we saw in that shot in Batman versus Superman.
Mm-hmm.
So then Steppenwolf goes to get these mother boxes, and then I guess Darkseid follows shortly after and is introduced at the end of the movie. So that's kind of the setup. That's the rumored setup. But I think there's probably going to be some other arching. That's probably going to be one thread of villainy in the movie, and there's probably going to be something else, I would guess, that we don't know about.
Yeah, my guess is that because they kept things in Batman versus Superman kind of pretty close to the chest with stuff,
right?
Leading up to at least the trailers, and then even after that, there's still a lot at least sure about. But so maybe they're doing that again. Hopefully, we'll see. There's still some time to come before.
Yeah, and people are saying because William Dafoe is such a big actor, and if he is playing an Atlantean, then if it is taking place, there's stuff from Atlantis happening. Some people are making the assumption that maybe this is going to be based off of Throne of Atlantis.
Okay.
Which they kind of already did in a cartoon in the animated movie of. So, but that was kind of the New 52's introduction with the Justice League and Aquaman. So,
yeah, that'd be so. William Dafoe. Does that mean that it's possible that he would be Ocean Master? But because Ocean Master is Aquaman's younger brother, so that doesn't.
He's supposed to be a good guy, but now they could just be saying he's a good guy and he's not. Maybe he's just a small part. Maybe he's like Aquaman's dad in like some kind of an origin synopsis of something. Who knows? These are all rumors. I don't know what he could be. It doesn't make sense that he would be Aquaman's brother in any way.
No, not at all.
Although Aquaman's brother did have different parents, so right?
He had like one different parent.
Yeah. So, yeah, you'd have to have one different parent. Yeah. Yeah, 2 different parents, and they would not be brothers.
Not at all.
Yeah, I'm not sure who he would play, but it does make sense. So he could just be a higher ranking general or person of Atlantis. Who knows?
Who knows?
Rumors.
See when that all comes out.
Yep. Which we only have a year to wait for that, so that's amazing.
So excited for that.
The Wonder Woman film wrapped this last week, so they're done filming that. So now it's going into post production where they put it all together and do all the stuff. So hopefully we'll be seeing some official trailers on that one, at least by Comic-Con, definitely by Suicide Squad, I would think. So
If
I'm guessing we'll see something in July.
yeah, because it'd be awesome. Because of all the places to do something, Comic-Con's probably the best place for them to do that. But well, at least have it by August, so that's good.
Other DC movie news, and is going to be a highly DC episode here. Basically, it's been confirmed that there's a Booster Gold movie in development.
I'm so excited about that.
And it was confirmed by Greg Berlanti, who is the showrunner for the Flash, and Arrow and Supergirl. He says there's somebody writing it. He says that he's interested in directing it. So he didn't say that it's happening or they didn't put a date on it. I think it's probably just this is in development, so it may or may not happen kind of a thing. Sometimes those guys speak too soon. Only hesitation is Greg Berlanti. He was also involved with the Green Lantern movie he was one of the many writers, and he was also a producer on it. So, and he's also, he's done all the TV show stuff, which is cool for TV or was fun for TV, but I don't know if he's got what it takes to pull off Booster Gold.
Because Booster Gold has to be awesome, or else there's no point in really making a Booster Gold movie, because it's a character that not very many people know about. But he's awesome. He's so cool.
Yeah. I'd like to see him maybe as a producer, but have somebody else direct it.
Yeah.
But it's got to be a fun movie, and I'd really like to see a Booster Gold with Blue Beetle movie. I don't know if they could make that work or not, but they're usually, they're kind of buddy cops of the comic book world. So that'd be a fun movie to see.
That'd be so much fun. I don't know if it's necessary, but it'd be awesome. I'd love it. I'd rather see a Martian Manhunter movie, but I also just really like Martian Manhunter.
There's always a part of me that hopes that Martian Manhunter will make an appearance in the Justice League movie.
Yeah.
It's probably not going to happen, but
no, because if Cyborg's in the Justice League, then that means Martian Manhunter is most likely not, because they did with him.
Even if there was some kind of a nod and a wink to it, just to okay, he exists, he's potentially going to be around. That would be an awesome movie, though. Just to see the whole him on Mars, his civilization getting wiped out. Such an interesting story. Coming to the whole Martian Manhunters in New Frontier.
Oh,
fun!
So awesome.
Yeah, they need to do the New Frontier story, not necessarily in the that time era, but do Martian Manhunter's story from New Frontier in today. That would be a fun Martian Manhunter movie, I think.
Yeah, because it's a really good story. If they just changed, obviously they'd have to change up a lot of stuff because it's based on the space age and everything like that. But that'd be really cool, because Martian Manhunter, and that'd be the best way to introduce Martian Manhunter, I think. Just because it'd be hard otherwise.
Right.
Because you need a trip to Mars to really, or else it doesn't make sense for him to come to Earth all that much.
Right.
But everything on Mars, in the comics, because my dad had a bunch years and years ago, probably about a decade ago, that I read. And I just remember the entire time, just all the stuff they do on Mars, and just the visual aspects of that. It looked really cool in film. So
Yeah.
maybe one day.
Yeah. Maybe they'll cross paths with them during Dark Side's time. Green Lantern Corps, you got to go out into space. Seems like a good time to pull him in.
Yeah.
Hopefully. He's on my wish list to see in the cinematic universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all the news I've got for today. Did you have anything?
Not really that I'm aware of, except for we're 12 days away from the DC universe reboot. So
right.
I'm kind of counting down to that.
I'm definitely getting the Batgirl comics because the cover art that I've been seeing on them has been awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna jump on those just for the cover art alone. Story wise, it sounds interesting as well. So it looks like they have a great creative team. Yeah, so that's 2 weeks, 1 week.
Yeah.
For when you're listening on this, May 25th, I think is the 25th. But the first issue.
25th is when the universe rebirth
right
issue comes out.
Yeah, and that's the Jeff.
And then everything else is in June.
Yeah. Yep, and everything will be $2.99 and
twice a month.
Yeah, I just finished reading Batman Zero Year from Scott Snyder, with the Riddler as the main villain. Really great story.
Oh, awesome.
Just reminded me what a great villain the Riddler is for Batman and how much I'd like to see them do the Riddler justice in the movie universe.
Yeah, the Riddler's awesome.
Ben Affleck, if you're listening, I have a feeling this reviewer was probably actually Ben Affleck now that I think about it. But if you are listening, Ben, the Riddler as a villain would be great. Very intellectually heavy movie, very detective stuff. And the Riddler just brings that best part of Batman out that we haven't really seen in the films before.
Yeah, the Riddler is probably going to be my next animated series purchase.
So speaking of, you got your toys, right?
I got my toys. The last one came in yesterday.
So so go through the you recently purchased the Batman animated series action figures.
Action figures.
What did you get?
Yep. I got Batman, Robin, Joker, and Mad Hatter.
Awesome.
Jervis Tetch. So those came in. They look awesome. I have them here, actually.
Yeah, if you're watching on our YouTube channel, the podcast, Dax is going to show them to us. We'll also post links to them on our show notes so you can see what we're talking about as well. But yeah, show us what you got.
Yeah, so they're still in box because.
So you haven't opened them yet? Yep.
Haven't opened them yet. So this is Batman. It looks awesome. I mean, these figures look so good. I was a little worried because sometimes they look better online than they do in person.
Right.
And vary from character to character, so not being able to from box to box. So it kind of was making me worried that I didn't get to look at each one and make sure that the paint was just right and everything. But yeah, Batman looks awesome. Comes with a batarang and his grapple, which he uses all the time in the show. It says it comes with 13 pieces. It comes with hands as well, and then a base. So it's kind of fun. So Batman's pretty cool.
The fun part about the action figures is you get to pose them, and that's what's cool.
Yeah,
they come with the different hands and sometimes different heads depending on the characters, so you can kind of create your own statue almost.
Yeah, so I can't wait till I get all the characters, so then I can create a cool little setup. Maybe get a baseboard and attach them somehow so that they don't move. We'll see. I'm not sure what I'll do yet. And next I have Robin. Dick Grayson. Oh, it's just awesome. This is probably one of my favorite Robins, besides the 66 Robin because of the underwear and tights.
Yeah, it's such a classic looking Robin there.
Yeah, like his, it's kind of the hair that really makes me like it. I don't know why. There's something about the way it like just kind of swoops over and like they did a great job drawing Robin.
Yeah.
So that looks awesome, and it comes with 2 capes, but they look like the same cape. So I don't really know why I need 2 capes, but now I've got 2 Robin capes. So that's pretty exciting. Joker looks just fantastic. He's got a telescope and a screwdriver. Looks like maybe a box cutter and some pearls. But here he is, played by Mark Hamill, which is just awesome. But yeah, so the Joker just looks, phenomenal.
It's awesome.
It's a really cool Joker because his hair, like, it looks black, but the way the light hits, there's like a shine of like, it's just like a shimmer and it captures the green. So it's not like just completely green hair, crazy Joker. It's just very low key, like, because it looks like he has black hair, but it's just very dark green because when the light hits it, you can actually see the green. So I love that. It looks so cool.
Yeah.
And then the last is Dravis Tetch, the Mad Hatter. Pretty cool.
Such an awesome looking character.
Oh yeah, they really killed the Mad Hatter. They really did. They just did a great job on this. Because he looks goofy enough to have an obsession with Alice in Wonderland and to be the actual Mad Hatter, but also not just completely cartoony looking. And a lot of people don't even realize that Mad Hatter is a Batman villain. It's not where he originated, obviously, but it's probably one of the he's one of like the coolest underground Batman villains.
Yeah, he's an interesting villain. I was watching my Batman 66 TV show set that I got. In the first season, he makes an appearance, and very different from the animated, but he uses his hats to control people and stuff like that. He's got a little hat that pops up, and then a little laser looking thing kind of hypnotizes the people he's stealing from or whatever, and then he takes their hat. All the people he's going after all happen to be wearing hats at that time. So
yeah, lucky him.
Yeah, it was the 60s, so people did wear hats more than they do now. But yeah, an interesting character, but cool. And I love the way they did it in the Batman animated series.
Awesome.
Yeah,
because you kind of feel bad for him because he's kind of a loser. But great villain.
That went down the wrong path.
Yep. So I'm interested to see, because the animated, there's these figures. So I'm interested to see what other characters they decide to release in the future.
Did they say like series 1 or series 2 on the ones you have?
They don't on the box, because there's just kind of like every few months they announce a new character.
Okay.
Or 2 new characters. So it's not like they're not doing them in series necessarily.
It's just the Batman animated series line.
Yeah. So they're just kind of releasing them as time goes on.
I had heard, and I don't know if this was with the Batman animated series or the new Batman animated characters, that on some of them, their joints can be a little delicate. So I've heard that some people, when they take them out of their boxes, especially probably on the female ones where they got really thin, narrow elbows joints, the joints can break off. So careful when you're opening up that Robin.
I'll be careful to Robin, girlish figure. Yeah, which is funny because he's a football player in the animated series, but like,
oh yeah,
he's got the build of a child. So
right. Well, he is a child, but yeah.
Yeah, I guess
he's got to look smaller than Batman. So.
Well, because in the animated series they have Dick Grayson, Tim Drake, and Damian all at the same time, doing their own things. So it's kind of, I think that's kind of interesting. I'm totally wrong.
Not Damien, yeah.
I was confused because I read the Court of Owls and the City of Owls, and all three of them were in that. Got confused. I'm sorry, I misspoke. But yeah, so I guess he is still the only one as of right now. But yeah, I'm excited to see. I hope they do, because they have different characters depending on if it's the new animated series or the original animated series. So because they have two of those different lines, and so the characters that they've released vary from show. So I'll be interested to see, because they have Batgirl for the new adventures, but they don't have him for the original, which makes me upset because I really like the Batgirl in the animated series and Poison Ivy and
right. Yeah, it looks like they've got Catwoman that's coming out in June. Which the Catwoman looks pretty cool.
I think the Catwoman already came out. The Catwoman was the first one for the animated series.
Oh, really? I'm seeing it as coming as a pre-order. Is it the Catwoman in a gray costume? Oh, maybe she's out.
I thought she came out in 2014.
No, the thing I'm looking at says pre-order now, June 2016, but could be just something else. Maybe it went on back order or something. Yeah, there's what is it, Robin? They have a deluxe. You can get Robin, Batman, and the Batmobile with lights. That'd be cool.
Oh yeah.
They have Harley Quinn. Who else do they have?
They have the Riddler, which will probably be my next purchase.
They have two Harley Quinns actually.
One is for the new animated series, and then one is for just the animated series. So that's where things get confusing.
Oh, see, the one I'm seeing comes out in July. It's her and her Harley Quinn thing, and then there's another one that also comes out in July, where she's kind of in her nightgown.
Oh yeah, that one with the Joker.
Yeah.
Back. So yeah, so for the animated series, they have Zatanna, Ra's al Ghul. They haven't come out yet. Neither has Commissioner Gordon. Actually, I might get Commissioner Gordon when he comes out later this month. That looks pretty awesome. The Penguin. And then the Riddler.
Yeah, so the site I'm looking at, they list Batgirl as part of Batman the Animated Series, but she must be the new animated.
Yeah, she's in the one that's out right now.
So confusing because they're releasing a bunch of stuff.
Unless they just came out with some new information more recently.
No, I think she's from the new. She looks slightly different. Severed. I think labeled in the wrong thing. Yeah, that's a cool collection, and of course you gotta get the Batwing, right?
Golly, the Batwing. How much is it? It's so expensive.
How much?
Because I know the Batmobile is $86.
To me, the Tim Burton Batmobile, the Batman the Animated Series Batmobile, and probably now the Batman versus Superman Batmobile. Those are probably my favorite Batmobiles. And of course,
yeah, those are just
the Batman.
Just awesome.
Batmobile is just fun because it was my first Batmobile. But Yeah, the Batwing is 145 right now on
Yep.
pre-order.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
So we'll see if I end up with that or not. Hard time wanting to spend that kind of money on a Batwing. But
because it's solid black.
it's just solid black plastic and it's massive. It's huge. So we'll see if I end up getting it or not. The Batmobile I'll probably get just because it looks awesome.
Yeah,
but
you gotta have a good way to display that.
Yeah,
hang it from a ceiling or something.
Yeah, there's got it. That one will probably be the last added to the collection.
Other new toys. Have you seen these pop vinyl imposters series they're doing?
I don't think so.
So they have like characters like Batman dressed up as the Penguin, or Batman dressed up as the Riddler. So it's Batman and he's dressed up as villains, basically. So they have Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn, Scarecrow, Two-Face. I'm guessing they probably have a Joker, but I haven't seen the Joker one yet. So, yeah. So it's Batman and Batman dressed as all of his different villains. So if you like the Funko Pop toys, vinyl toys, these are pretty cool. There's a lot of them. I'm curious, if you are a Funko Pop collector, how do you limit what you're collecting?
Yeah,
because there's a lot, and like this now there's like this new wave of Batman dressed as all his different villains. It's like, how do you? And it doesn't look like. I mean, it's a ton of them.
So. Yeah, it'd be interesting to meet someone who that's what they collected, because I mean, there's so many. It's unreal how many that I mean, I guess like if it's only, I feel like they're only things that like I would collect if I was also interested in the thing. Because I wouldn't mind having a collection of the pop vinyls, but
so you're saying like you'd probably only get a pop vinyl of like, say, the Flash or something.
Or like I wouldn't get anything from the Game of Thrones because I don't watch Game of Thrones. Right. Wouldn't get anything from Star Trek. Limit myself to like a certain series of specific characters.
Right. Yep, I got a few in my collection. It's Aquaman, the 1966 Batgirl, and Green Lantern. Green Lantern, I think, was the only one to actually purchase for myself. Everything else was a gift. I bought the Green Lantern one just because I like Green Lantern. So,
yeah,
I
only have one, and it's Captain Kirk, but that's because me and my friend, we were Captain Kirk and Spock, so we gifted. Yeah. So we switched. We gave each other the different ones. So, but that's the only one I have. I was hoping to get the Jay Garrick Flash, but I didn't. So, kind of a bummer.
Is that the one that came in the
collector box? Yeah, the Legion of Collectors box. So, kind of bummed, but also I'm not about to spend 40, because you can get it off of someone else for like $45, but right. I'm not about to spend $45 on a pop.
So I think that box is like $20-something a month. $25 a month. I think as a Geek Pull podcast, we should subscribe to it just so we can open it and see what's in it.
I think so too.
And then we can like trade out and divide it in half, divide the bounty.
Sounds good.
So that's because we make a lot of money doing this podcast.
Yeah, so much.
So yeah, well, let's see. I'm still waiting for my Batgirl, which I think is supposed to be in June now. So I think some of that got pushed back, but I'm seeing other people that have the Batgirl already. So apparently she's released. I'm talking about the Rock Candy Batgirl. So I think that's the problem of ordering on Amazon. They get things kind of later than other people.
Yeah, depending on the importance of it.
Yeah, so like Amazon, I think is like great for movies, but some of these comic collector stuff, you can get better prices at places. Yeah, like I can order the Batgirl on ToyWiz.com for $9.99, and it's shipping now.
So your pre-order on
I
Amazon.
might do that because I'm about to place an order for my Darwin Cook Batman action figure. So maybe I'll do that. It's hard paying for shipping on stuff when you have Amazon Prime.
It is. It really is.
So, but I guess not everything's worth the wait.
Yep.
So yeah, no new toys for me. I am hoping I have a Lego set that I haven't built yet. The Deadshot and Harley Quinn set with Batman on motorcycles. I'm hoping to crack that open today. I'm hoping. So anyway, that's all I've got for toys. Do you have anything else that you want to talk about? Well, one thing we didn't talk about in the last episode that we were going to talk about was they're releasing a Labyrinth 30th anniversary gift set. Is that true?
Did we not talk about that?
We skipped over it.
Oh, I thought we had talked about it.
We were busy talking about Civil War, the Batman Deluxe Edition set, and Killing Joke, but we never talked about that at all. So we just skipped it entirely. So yeah, we never talked about it.
Well, the Labyrinth board game. Oh, the 30th anniversary box set.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought we were talking about the board game. I was like,
pretty sure
we talked about that on episode 3.
We did talk about the board game. We are Labyrinth fans, so we're going to be talking about Labyrinth when Labyrinth news pops up. We're geeking out about Labyrinth. So yeah, they're coming out with a 30th anniversary gift set, Blu-ray, right?
Yeah, Blu-ray. It's awesome. They're it's amazing. So they've remastered it in 4K video. So if you've got a 4K display, you're about to watch Labyrinth like you've never seen Labyrinth before. It's going to be so clear. I like a way to watch 4K just to be able to enjoy it to its full. And then
we can add that to the Geek Pull thing that we buy as a 4K TV, so we can screen everything in 4K.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Opening our collector box stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense because we're making money off this podcast. Right. And so, yeah, so that it's that, but then Dolby company, they're doing this new way of sound called Dolby Atmos, and my college at Belmont University, we actually we just built a theater on campus, 2 of them, and both of them were like one of the first people to have this Dolby Atmos sound system.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's awesome. I've seen I saw Star Wars in it a few weeks ago. It was so cool.
You're gonna have to arrange a Labyrinth screening at Belmont.
Yeah, I've friends in the film society, and they're the ones that put on the movie. So if I get the 30th box set, I'll say, "Hey guys, I really want to watch this," and maybe I'll just get to watch it by myself in the theater. Who knows? But but the surround system, I mean, it's amazing. It's like no matter where you sit in the theater, it's the same sound, because of the way the speakers are. So I don't really know how that translates to DVD. Maybe it just changes the way it computes through your speakers and everything. But so I'm real excited about that. But then it has like a documentary talking about Jim Henson in it, and
I'd buy it just for the extras.
Yeah, the extras in it are awesome. So and then if you get like the really nice version of it, comes like with a cool staircase display, which if you've seen the movie, you know all the stair scene. So it's got Jareth running around in that. So it looks really awesome. That's $85 though, so probably won't. But I really want it because it's a beautiful. It looks awesome. So we'll see what happens. Labyrinth is great. If you haven't seen it, watch.
Okay, disc box set. Yeah, I just looked that up on Amazon. Very cool.
Yeah, it looks awesome. So we'll put a link to that.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool.
So you can look at it.
And this is releasing September 20th.
Yeah, so it's a while away, but it's exciting. I saw that.
Something to look
looking at the
to.
Killing Joke. Oh, also the Killing Joke Deluxe Edition is now available for pre-order on Amazon. So before it just had the information, now you can actually place your pre-order. So hopefully I'll be doing that soon. Like they only made so many of those because of the Joker figurines that come with it. So
that's how they get you to pre-order.
Yeah, they're numbered.
And that's an Amazon exclusive thing too, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Or was it the Batman versus Superman Deluxe Edition? I think
it was Batman versus Superman was Amazon.
So the Batman versus Superman Deluxe set or collector's set is what they're calling it. That's an Amazon exclusive, and that I looked at those. They comes with figurines, or statues, I guess, and they're pretty cool. But it'll set you back $150. So
yeah, but if you're into getting cool figurines, they look awesome. So
it's the way to go.
Yep.
Well, all right. I think that will probably wrap it up for this week's episode of the Geek Pull Podcast. But before we go, we're going to geek out a little bit about some music. So, Dax, what have you been listening to this week?
So, the other day, when was that? Was that 2 nights ago? Yeah, 2 nights ago. I was just sitting by myself, and I was like, you know what I haven't watched in a really long time? Moving with Nancy, which is Nancy Sinatra. It's not really a movie, as more of a collection of music videos, but Royal Crown Cola, the Mad Cola, they put together this movie thing with Nancy because she was a hot artist, and so it just has a bunch of cool videos of her and fun little RC Cola ads in between, like every few songs. Lots of stuff from the Nancy and Lee album, and so that's really I've kind of been on a Nancy Sinatra and Lee Hazelwood kick recently. So I've been listening to lots of the Nancy and Lee album specifically because
it's good stuff.
It's good stuff. Some Velvet Morning, I don't really understand the purpose of that song, but it's awesome. And watching the video for it is even better because it's just weird. There's only 2 verses. It just repeats.
It's a man, and then the video is a man riding his horse. And on the beach, and they say, "It's some velvet morning when I'm straight, I'm going to open up your gate."
Yeah.
And tell you all the things about Phaedra, and how she gave me life and how she took me in. right?
Yeah. So yeah, or made it in.
Made it in, and Some Velvet Morning when I'm straight. And then it goes to Nancy, who responds in a totally different.
Yeah, it's like his is more like I'm a rugged cowboy who's lived a hard life, and then hers is like this weird like alts and like it just doesn't.
She was singing about daffodils and yeah,
dragonflies and daffodils and like, and then she just ends with Phaedra is my name, which like is a weird ending to a song, but you know, it's good. I don't know what it is, but I can't get enough of it. I've been listening to it way too much for it to be healthy. And then their version of Jackson is really fun. I love watching the video because it starts with them walking and just the way their boots and the tambourines hit. It's just fun. So I've been with Nancy childhood.
Yeah, it's a great DVD. If you don't have it, you should pick it up. It's super addicting for whatever reason. It's just
I don't know what it is.
It just has a fun 60s quality to it. It's got Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr. in it, and
Frank's in it too.
Frank Sinatra's in it. They all make appearances. So it's wild. It's mad.
Yeah.
So RC Cola,
the RC.
If you are listening, RC Cola, to this podcast, which I think you might be,
probably
the head of RC, I think does listen to the Geek Pull podcast. If you are listening, you are, we can talk about you becoming a sponsor. We'll sing the Mad Cola theme song during our podcast.
I've been thinking about doing a cover of it.
Right.
Because it's so catchy. At least look up the RC Cola advertisement because
it's awesome. So yeah,
it's so good.
RC Dax will do a cover of it. We'll do it on the Geek Pull podcast. We know Ben Affleck is listening. He'll start drinking RC Cola, and if he starts drinking RC Cola, I mean, RC Cola will just.
If Batman is drinking RC Cola, fly off the shelves.
Right.
So
Batman
RC Cola sponsors.
RC Cola is just. The two together is just I just can't handle it. And then you have Nancy there too. Just wow.
Yeah.
I think we just created a marketing plan that will bring RC Cola to the forefront and topple Coca-Cola and Pepsi Cola.
Yeah, I mean, because RC Cola, surprisingly enough, I think they still make it.
They do.
It's a little bit more difficult to find, but it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's a mad cola with a mad taste. So
yeah, we were at Babes the other day, and I think they might serve RC Cola in their fountain.
Really?
Yeah, because they had Dr. Pepper, 7-Up, and it looked like it was the RC Cola logo from afar.
Wow. That's pretty big.
Yeah, when you can find a place that has it on tap, that's good stuff.
That's how you know.
Right.
That's how you know that you're at a good quality restaurant. I'm probably going to go and buy some RC Cola to end the day.
I know I'm thirsty right now. And RC Cola is nice. It's a nice, like Coke. It's a little too. I don't like it so much. I'm usually
it makes my teeth feel weird.
Yes, I'm usually a Pepsi guy, but even then, with Pepsi, you do want to brush your teeth afterwards.
I drink the real sugar Pepsi, which is
better.
Which is a lot better.
Is it better?
Yeah.
And then you have RC, which has just a nice, just feels good.
It is really just a smooth cola.
It is.
We're not sponsored by them.
No, but we should be.
We should be, because I need more RC in my life.
Yeah. RC, if you're listening and your sales go up this next month, you'll know it's because of this podcast.
It is. I know I'm about to go buy some RC Cola.
But we will not talk about RC anymore unless you endorse us. So
yeah.
Unless you sponsor the Geek Pull podcast, no more after this episode. So this is a little test to show you how much our endorsement will help RC Cola. So
yeah, exactly.
There you have it.
So that's all I've got.
All right. Well, we'll be back next week talking about the latest news, rumors. Wait, when does X-Men Apocalypse come out?
That's coming. Oh shoot, that's like. It's not next week, is it?
That's not the the blah blah blah. The time is just going by fast. I feel like Civil War though just came out, so but I know
X-Men Apocalypse is May 27th.
So that is in 2 weeks from from when we're talking right now. So yeah, it'll be coming out quick here. So we'll have another.
Yep.
We'll have another podcast before we see X-Men Apocalypse, and then we'll get into that and talk about that and how much we loved it or hated it. If you missed our last podcast, we talked about Civil War, so go back and check that out. And while you're doing so, leave a comment on iTunes or Stitcher. We're there. Love to hear from you. Again, you can find us on Instagram, Geek Pull. You can find us on Twitter, Geek Pull, and Facebook, Geek Pull. So, and geekpull.com. So, that's all for this week. I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Dax.
And we'll see you later.
Bye.